So here's a part of homesteading that I never get used to. The other day, I saw a hawk in our tree in our backyard, and then I went to get my camera to take a picture of it before scaring it off. And as I was videotaping it, it flew over and it grabbed a dove, and it absolutely killed me. And obviously it killed the dove. But I'm walking up to check on my victory garden because we had 2 full days of rain and hail, and I have not looked at the damage that's done. But as I was walking up here, I see the evidence of what the hawk did to the poor dove. I mean, there's blood and everything, and I'm so sorry to show it to you. But that was one of the things that in my Teletubby land, in my Tasha Tudor world, in my heart of hearts, there just isn't supposed to be death. And the harsh reality, especially when you raise farm animals or you raise any kind of animals, or you're in an area that has predators, like we did with the bobcat. The bobcat really is an issue that I can never get over. Killing my favorite hen that was actually so tame and so sweet. And then a dove so innocent, so slow, and I'm out there feeding it like it's a cafeteria for these predators, these hawks. And then I see this evidence. But I'm trying to go up to my victory garden now. And, it's frustrating especially when you're in pain, especially when it's challenging to do in the first place, to go ahead and I have this neurological damage from severe abnormal shingles due to stress. And right now my balance isn't the greatest. I'm leaving this basket here and taking these baskets up. So anyway, it's so frustrating because it takes a lot out of me. It takes a lot of time. It takes a lot of pushing through pain to get certain things done. And then here comes a hard freeze, or here comes hail to wipe you out. And I know this has happened in the building of America. And so in a way, as I'm out of breath going up these steps, in a way, it's teaching me, and it can teach others, the struggle it takes to survive and just to survive. So already I see the frost damage. I was so happy. They were doing so well. It destroyed my tomatoes. It destroyed my loofah. I'm looking at it and I'll show you. It just destroyed the peppers. And it's stupid to be grieving like this or to be upset, because it's all inevitable. And I keep forgetting that our area is notorious for being extremely hot, and then boom, it's cold. Icy cold, windy cold, ridiculously cold. So here's the frost damage to my pepper plants. Oh, they were so pretty. And then all those tomatoes I had planted. These are the ones that survived me being in the hospital and hadn't been planted for weeks. And you know, the forecast just said rain. Oh, look, see how the leaves are just dead. This volunteer tomato is okay. Is it because it's under wire, under the trellis? I don't get it. But all of these tomatoes are damaged. This one's not so much, that one's not so much, but the one on the end. Go figure. And then all of my zinnias are wiped out. But my heart is so broken because these, they were doing so well. The eggplants, zucchini, I'm not really grieving about. I've had enough zucchini, and look, there was fruit still on it. The flowers are hardy, but look, it shows 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 with damage, and then not that one. They're all the same plant. They're all, what are they? Early girls. Oh, but anyway, I'm trying to talk to myself right now and say the inevitable was going to happen. Why did they sell tomatoes at that time? Wow, there's a big airplane. And then we've got these flowers are fine. Apparently they're frost resistant. The carrots are fine. And these poor tomatoes. The kale is fine. The broccoli is fine. Those are all more frost resistant, clearly, as opposed to the more hot weather plants. The garden eventually is going to have to be torn down. The person that I live with he doesn't live with me. He's got issues. Promising me that he's going to help me build raised bed gardening so I can avoid things like this. So there's a gopher. So again, the challenges of having an in-the-ground garden are huge. And being in my area especially is really challenging. And it's that way all across the United States. I cannot get over in my head when something destructive enters my world. It's a weird thing that I'm not able to process because maybe I'm not supposed to. In my heart, I know that God's world is completely different. And in the new world that we're going to have, it's completely different. There's not going to be death and destruction. And I hope there's variety. It's okay to have variety. It's okay to have change of the seasons and what have you. But sudden calamity, my body, my mind, my heart is never prepared for it. What a bummer. Well, I did get a lot out of this garden. I got tons of peppers. I made enough salsa for us. I made lots of pickled beets. I was just sort of hoping that I could get a few more tomatoes because I love tomato sandwiches. It's just bread and lots of Miracle Whip salad dressing on it. Coarse salt sprinkled on top of slices of tomato. And that's heaven. I hope that's at a banquet in heaven for me. What am I going to do about that gopher? These are gopher steaks. It's supposed to deter them. Why is it not deterring? There's another gopher hole. All right. Well, I'm gonna do a little watering, and I'm gonna try and stick with a hose down in that hole. Oh, there's another one. Great. That's why I want a raised bed with wire underneath it. But the person that I'm married to, that I don't want to be anymore, is just not reliant and does some things on purpose, giving me hope and then taking it away. So maybe I could just pray for Jesus to heal my body and allow me to be able to do it, or bring someone into my life that enjoys gardening too, when I release myself from, obviously, the person that I'm with. He's harmful. He harms my soul and harms my body with stress and other things. So anyway, okay, so now I know what I need to do up here, and then I'm going to go back down and make something.